Hi, fire signs. How are you on this cold, wintry Ohio evening? I have decided to work a miracle and record a video during the week. It is not terribly bad outside yet. It's not really, wasn't really sticking on my way home, but it took me like 40 minutes to get home. So I'm going to skip hot yoga tonight. My body is saying rest. I think many of us right now in the collective, but especially fire signs, I think it's just constantly go, go, go. I actually had an energy healing session done yesterday, and she found that two of my ribs were out of alignment, and she put them back in. And so I'm kind of hurting today. You know what? I'm like, hot yoga might be good, but it might be the reason also that I did overexert myself and pull my ribs out of place. So anyway, I don't mean to ramble. I just am in my comfy clothes and I just felt really called to do this reading tonight for some reason. I'm excited to see what comes out for myself and my fellow fire signs. And I just want to remind you guys, you know the drill if you've watched my videos before, as well as many other YouTube readers. This is a general reading, so take what resonates, toss the rest. Obviously, with as many people who may be watching this, there may be, some messages that don't, just none of it may resonate for you. But next month it might. I can't possibly tap into everybody's energy, but I am finding that many of us are undergoing a lot of the same experiences right now, especially if you're on the ascension path, if you're on a spiritual journey, if you're, going through an awakening, any of those type of things, there's going to be similar concepts and similar tests, lessons, those types of things that are coming out. So again, if it doesn't resonate for you, I'm sorry, but check next month and also check your other signs. Your moon and rising may very well be water instead of fire, and maybe you'll find there's more applicable messages for water. I haven't recorded that yet, but I will be soon. So let's look into this. I'm going to first pull some cards. Oh, actually, let me take that back. When I was bringing my decks over here to the table to get set up for the reading, I felt compelled, which is to bring over the Butterfly Changes Oracle by Dream Virtue, which is funny because I've had butterflies come to me in dreams, very vivid dreams. And then last night, I was getting some liquid iron because be sure to check your supplements, check your levels, get blood tests done. I just know becoming anemic because I've cut back eating meat quite a bit. I'm eating, not intentionally, it's just what my body's craving. And I don't eat red meat anymore. And so been even eating less chicken and turkey. So I've just been absolutely exhausted. My eyes are more sunken in. You can see that. And so anyway, I went to the health food store to get some liquid iron because I've heard that absorbs better. And I found this ring. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it fits me perfectly. And rings sometimes bother me, and it's like made for me. It's amazing. So anyway, I was bringing the cards over, and a couple of them fell out, and I was like, whatever. They fell on the floor, and I put them back, and I moved some stuff around again, and three fell out, and I was like, what the heck? Well, two of the three were the exact same ones that had fell out earlier. So I was like, all right, this is a message. So we got first one was be true to you, volunteer. Those were the two that came out twice, and then join in came out third. So I think this is encouraging you, to be true to you and stand up and set boundaries and walk away from things that aren't resonating anymore. I know I'm finding that certain scenes, certain people, certain crowds, just patterns, things I used to enjoy and was my life. I feel like I am literally transforming out of one existence into another. And I'm starting, the yoga is a new routine. I've replaced, wine tastings, regular wine tastings with non-alcoholic activities, yoga, just other things, working on my business more, things that my soul wants to do. Volunteer, I have been called to do that more often, but join in and volunteer could just be a call to, maybe to get out, change your routine, meet new people. So we'll see, if there's themes that come out around that. But those messages definitely wanted to be there. So I'm going to use the Chakra Wisdom Tarot to just kind of look at the current energy, what's going on as we're wrapping up February. And then you can join me over on the extended if that's resonating for you. The link for Vimeo is down below. $7.77. I will pull an entire different spread with a new deck. We'll get into Oracle and some specific guidance, more detailed guidance over there. Those readings on Vimeo usually last about 20 to 25 minutes on top of this. And if I can get upgraded equipment at some point and get more memory on this device, then I will, obviously, because I've been cutting off, I will record longer videos for you guys. It's just a matter of space right now on my equipment, and I just don't have time to deal with that. So, all right, let's see what's going on in February. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm not surprised to see that card at all. Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Wow. All right. So what I'm getting here right now is that you've been working very hard towards some sort of a goal, physical, tangible, just life that you're wanting. Okay. It could be a job, a career, certainly, because we do have, we have a few pentacles here. But I think some of it, for me, the 10 of Pentacles is a card almost like the Ace of Pentacles. Not quite as great, right? The Ace is like a huge card, right? A new beginning and those types of things. But a 10 is a culmination. It's the ending of something you've been working towards. When you get to the 10, it's complete, right? So what I'm getting is we've been working towards it. We're wanting to step into our power, Queen of Pentacles, and we have been getting more stable. I think that's becoming clear. There's been some more epiphanies, awakenings, guidance, trusting your intuition more as far as what is going to bring you the outcome that you desire. And I think there's less fear in believing that it can happen and in trusting how it's going to happen. I think you're just kind of knowing that you carry the key to your own success, that you don't need to rely on anyone else. And this is also interesting, is just the strength that's showing up here, because we've got the strength as well, a major arcana. You're really wanting to overcome that. I guess the last couple of weeks, right? You've really started to step into that power. And I think I did just allude to that. You've got this little lion up here, right up here. It's kind of hovering above. You know how you've got the character that's kind of common, in the cartoons, when you have like the little devil and the angel on each side. It's like this little lion's up here. It's like beckoning, like, come on, in the crown. There's a crown. She's got a little crown on her head. She's kind of like a princess at this point. There's a huge crown back there, and there's a lion leaping. Like, this is yours for the taking. You just got to believe it. And so that's where we're headed. I think as we're wrapping up this month, is February was a big month of developing that inner strength, confidence, closing out cycles, as I was alluding, with this be true to you, cycles that were no longer true to you, walking away from friendships, situations, patterns, any of those types of things that no longer resonate for you. And so the reason, you haven't quite culminated into the 10 of Pentacles yet is because you're still working on closing out those cycles. You're still stepping into an entire new world. I keep getting the whole new world, the Aladdin song. If you guys watch my Soul Connections videos, that came to me in an astral encounter with my twin a week ago, I think it was, a week and a half ago. I don't know, time is a blur. But like, that song came on and he awakened to all of this. Like, it's when that song came on and a fairy came. And what I've kind of, and that message, a whole new world, kept coming in for me this last week and a half. It's just like a channeled thing. I keep saying it without even realizing what I'm saying, right? And then I tie back to that dream. And it's kind of like, for me, a realization that I'm stepping into a whole new world by changing my patterns, by changing the stagnant energy that I've been in for years of seeing the same people all the time, doing the same things and engaging in unhealthy patterns. And that's keeping me stagnant. And, the funny thing is, everything I used to do, I'd say not everything, but, a lot of the things I used to do the last, even 6 months ago, a year ago, it was with the goal of getting into union with my counterpart. And now I'm doing these things because it's what I want. It's what I want. And if I leave him behind, so be it. If he is meant to be in my life, he will come and be in my life. And if he's not, these changes, they're only going to bring positive things for me. And I'm going to meet new people in the process who they very well, someone may be a better energetic match for me as a divine counterpart. Because I fully believe that, whatever changes that you're being called to make, if you're being true to you, you're only going to attract things that are true to you. If you're staying in situations where you're not loving yourself and you're not doing what your soul's calling you to do, that's going to be reflected back to you, and you're going to keep getting, I'm getting like slapped in the face, hopefully not literally, but you know what I mean? Like, you're just going to keep getting like this just beaten down kind of quicksand energy that pulling you down, if that's where you stay, if you're not true to you. But if you are true to you, you pour yourself love into yourself, right? So the action we're getting for, let me backtrack here. Sorry, I got ahead of myself here. So we had the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Coins. It hasn't come to fruition yet because we're still completing cycles, the World, Major Arcana. We're not quite there. But as we're closing out these cycles, we are developing that strength and confidence in ourselves. And that's where we want to be. We want to be getting stronger, trusting our intuition more, trusting our guidance more. Now, this is not an easy process, not at all. It's hard to walk away, in some cases, from something that's been your life for the past, weeks, months, years. The things that you've only known. I mean, friendships maybe that you've had for years, or people that you're used to seeing many times a week. Now you don't see them anymore because you realize, okay, our time together was centered around drinking alcohol, and I'm not doing that anymore. And so, I'm being true to myself and not putting myself in situations where I am drinking at 3 p.m. because that's not what I want to do. Even if it's I don't want to do that. I have other things. I'd rather be recording videos. I'd rather be working on my business. So you're seeing these people less. It creates Nine of Swords. So that's kind of where we are right now, is this closing out these cycles, the World, ending these things. It's for your greatest good, but it's very painful. It's very painful. And in some cases, you've maybe had to I know with myself, I've been navigating certain things that I know, like it was like this tension was building. These things were like, I know this has got to come to a culmination, close out the World, right? I'm getting this pressure. My soul is just pushing me. Like, I've got to do something about this. I don't know which way this is going to go with this person or whatever it is, but I can't stay stagnant, right? My soul is like, you've got to do something. So, for me, I acted out a scenario that I was guided to act out, and I thought it was going to maybe play out one way, and it was like boom, like I was gutted. But you know what? Like, the pain lasted like a day, and I was so relieved. I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad this cycle's closed, because now it's pushed me. It's pushed me to change my routine, and everything's fine, with that situation. Like, I've closed it out. It's amicable. It might be a little awkward for a bit, but I'm so kind of detached from it. It's kind of like, all right, that was hopefully the last past life cycle I had to close out. It hurts. It sucks, especially when it doesn't go the way you think it's going to go. But at the same time, you have no regrets because you trusted your intuition and you knew that's what you needed to do. And so now we're at this place where we're closing these things out, gaining the strength, knowing, right? And pouring love into ourselves, being true to ourselves. Nine of Cups. That's our action going forward. And as we do that, we are starting a new beginning. The Fool, Major Arcana. I mean, the Major Arcana that we have here is absolutely beautiful. I mean, the World, Strength, and the Fool are some of the best ones. Obviously the Sun and but as far as where we are in it depicting, we're not getting the Tower. We're not, we're getting good things showing we're on the right track. We're closing out things. It's painful, but we're doing the right things for our self-love. Okay? New beginnings. Now, that might result in you feeling like you're being left out in the cold because you're walking away from people, maybe thinking they'll follow you, maybe thinking they'll join you and be beside you, and they're not. So we've got Five of Pentacles. But you need to speak your truth and know that you're doing the right thing for yourself. And you speaking your truth to them may make them feel like they're left out in the cold. And that, that is painful too. But just know and trust that, this is confirmation that you're on the right path. Because we've got the Ten of Cups coming. You know that the situation that you're in now, you have to start fresh, because you staying in a stagnant cycle isn't being true to you, and it's not going to result in your Ten of Cups or your Ten of Pentacles. You are on the right path towards those things, even if that means leaving people out in the cold who you thought would be by your side for your entire life, who you were soul family people. Not necessarily cutting them out completely, but you walking away, doing your own thing and saying, you know what, I love myself and I'm going to start doing yoga. I'm going to start doing these different things. That's okay. It's okay. Even if they feel like they're left out in the cold, you got to be true to yourself, and that's what we're being asked to do, I think, right now. Now, the message, what we're ending on, and we're going to explore this more in the extended, is the Seven of Wands, which is a defensiveness energy, guard up type thing. Third eye, I think we're going to be asked, as we are, if this is resonating, you're starting a new routine, you're starting to meet new people, a new fresh start somewhere. You're going to meet new people. You're going to have your intuition up, kind of your guard up, because you may be presented with more tests. You may be presented with, somebody comes in and you think that they're your Ten of Cups, but it might be another lesson on narcissists, for example. And so I think this is the message that we're getting, is that just be on guard and, trust your intuition if something's not feeling right. As you meet new people, it may not necessarily mean that you're at the end of the road here. It may mean, okay, this is another test, and you just show the universe, yeah, boom, that test took me 6 months to pass the last time. It's going to take me 6 minutes, and I can tell that this person is not who they represent themselves to be. Done, boom, move on. So I think that's where we're headed, but we're going to head over to Vimeo now. We're going to pull cards. Oh, and by the way, this is spiritually guided, you guys, the Hierophant. Yeah. Spiritually guided. And, okay, I said we didn't get the Tower. The Tower was on the bottom of the deck. But I think this is more of a divine intervention as far as getting that epiphany to know, yeah, this might be painful, but it's time for me to move on. It's time for me to make this change, to be true to myself. I think, because that's kind of what was coming into me. I don't think it's a bad thing in this case. I think it kind of represents the complete kind of shattering of the foundation that you thought you had, the life you had. You've had to make a change to close it out, to move forward. And that is it's kind of a distraught situation here. But King of Swords, speaking your truth. That's what you're doing, and you're on the right path to claiming your divinity. Okay, so that went longer than expected, but we're going to go to Vimeo, and we are going to take a look at a different spread and see kind of what's coming up as we embark on this new adventure. So I hope you guys join me over there. Either way, I wish you a beautiful month, and I will see you next time.